Welcome to SVG-TV News for Wednesday, January 11th, 2017. I am Rochelle Batiste with the details. Tuesday, February 14, 2017 is expected to be declared a public holiday here in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, celebrated annually as a day of love in many countries worldwide. This year, the day will be marked as an even more special one for Vincentians here at home and abroad, with the opening of SVG's first ever international airport. On radio on Tuesday evening, Minister of Transport and Works and General Secretary of the ruling Unity Labour Party, Senator Julian Francis, said as SVG prepares to open its largest capital project, Prime Minister Dr. Ralph Gonsalves, who is currently out of state, has already indicated that he will bring a proposal to Cabinet to have the day declared a public holiday for this year. Reminding persons that the Argyle International Airport is a project built for all Vincentians, Senator Francis noted that amid numerous challenges and criticisms, the $729 million investment will become fully operational as of February 14, 2017.
$400 million less than what the NDP said it would cost. Yeah? Because the great Stuart said it can't open until 2018, and his estimate for the airport is $1.3 billion. They call dates in the past. Oh, it ain't materialized, and they don't even know. They don't call about 20 dates already. But we call one now. I don't know if you ever had a specific day announced before, but there's now a specific day. The 14th of February 2017. I believe I heard the Prime Minister saying that he has a proposal to bring to Cabinet, and that proposal is to make February 14th, Valentine's Day, a public holiday in St. Vincent and the Grenadines this year, because we are opening our largest capital project. I don't know if there'll be another one as large as this one.
Pointing out that finishing touches are being done at the site, Senator Francis highlighted some of the concerns raised by the Eastern Caribbean Civil Aviation Authority about the AIA, noting that measures have been put in place to correct any loose ends.
Everybody, I understand, every airport have its little thrills here and there. I mean, I have seen them. That same thing I was talking about just now, about the road at the southern end of the runway. I've seen a video of a jet taking off in St. Martin, where the beach and the road is right by the fence. And when the jet taking off, a lot of you must have seen it on social media. It blowing the people down on the beach. You know? I cannot taking them chances. The electrical poles up at the top for Vinlec, I cannot taking them chances. You can say they're conservative, but they are the authority. I congratulate Vinlec. Vinlec has removed them. They've put the situation on the ground. And once we put up our obstruction lights now on the top of that shop and the hillside, they don't have a problem with that. So we have dropped that road below about 15-20 feet, maybe more than that in some areas. Below that, and that road will be blocked off.
Senator Francis further noted that persons need to know that as of the morning of February 14, 2017, no air transport services will be offered at the E.T. Joshua Airport, as the AIA will be activated and open for business.
When Liat comes in to St. Vincent on the 13th, the night of the 13th of February, Liat will disembark its passengers at E.T. Joshua, and the crew will fly the plane to Argyle International Airport. Night landing. To sleep on the tarmac at Argyle International Airport. And the first flight for Liat on the 14th will be taking off from the Argyle International Airport. And all other flights for Liat for that day. And all other flights coming in that were supposed to come into E.T. Joshua on that day. All or would have come into E.T. Joshua if E.T. Joshua was still continuing, will now be taking place at Argyle International Airport.
The Argyle International Airport at the moment presents no threat to air transport in Barbados. That's according to Chairman of the Barbados Tourism Marketing Inc., Alvin Gemont, who told Barbados Today that it will take a considerable amount of time before there is any impact. A confident Gemont said that Barbados has nothing to fear about the soon-to-be open Argyle International Airport in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, at least for the time being. This comes as the airport, which will officially be opened on February 14, 2017, is raising doubt about the continued use of the Grantley Adams International Airport as a transition point for international passengers to and from Kingstown.
I think it's a good thing for the Caribbean because the Caribbean is the most sought after region, and it will also be a good thing for St. Vincent and the Grenadines. I don't see an immediate follow for Barbados because things of this nature will take time in order to take root, and plans that have already been made will not change overnight. So I don't think that Barbados has anything to fear in this regard. But I think that the expansion of the airport in St. Vincent will be of a benefit to the region.
And Queen's Counsel P.R. Campbell is calling on the general public to come together in solidarity as SVG prepares to open its largest capital project. Campbell, who was presenting his preliminary comments on the weekly televised Law on You program on SVG-TV on Monday evening, expressed his elation in hearing of the long-awaited announcement for the opening date of the project.
I was pleased to hear the announcement of the intended opening of the Argyle International Airport on Valentine's Day, 14th of February. I know this has been a project with lots of ups and downs, but eventually we are nearing the end, and regardless of where we stand politically, this is a national project. It wouldn't go away. So regardless of what our feelings were at one time or the other, now is the time to come together in solidarity and hope that this airport will be a success in time to come.
Providing an update of work being done on the Windward Highway in the vicinity of the AIA, where the road has collapsed twice, most recently in late November, and has since then been fixed and reopened. Transport and Works Minister Julian Francis on radio last evening explained that more work are being done in the area as a permanent solution to the problems being experienced there. Explaining that the area in which the road is built is considered a spring area, Francis outlined that an engineering solution has been sorted to address the situation by draining the water which springs from the top side of the road.
The water springs from the top, as it springs all year round, but when the rains come, it flows heavier. It goes through the big stones that we put in, go down to the bottom of the big stones, and run through this French drain. Well, there are 3 more French drains there to be released. The contracting firm returned to work yesterday, and persons would have seen heavy equipment is back in the area, an excavator and a backhoe. And you will see stockpile of aggregate, Rabica material, and they are now mining some big boulders. So they will be releasing those French drains one by one, extending them beyond the soil that is at the side of the road, and taking that water, managing and controlling that water down the hill into the big drain in the Argyle Airport itself.
Assuring persons that the work that are ongoing has nothing to do with the structural integrity of the road, Francis urged persons not to pay attention to talks about the said road network.
Because those 2 pieces of equipment, I'm sure, have already attracted some attention. We have to find the PVC pipes that are under those stones, which are at the bare end. So they would have come out just around the end of the stones. So there could be it'll collapse. The road is not going to collapse. You'll find us excavating, and there will be big trucks and excavators working below that road in the area where the first road collapsed, and we'll be moving that topsoil out of there. Then we'll be contouring the area and berming it and making it look a lot more presentable than it is now.
Outlining that work on the area will continue even after the phase which is ongoing is completed. Senator Francis urged the traveling public to have no fear, as the much needed investment is in the hands of qualified professionals.
There still has to be a permanent fix to that area. But fear not, that road that has been built there will take us through the period that we need to design and execute a permanent fix across it. We haven't decided yet as to the engineering firm which will be doing the design. We are out for expressions of interest on it. We are designing that now. We are crafting that to go out for advertisement and we can get differing views and pick the best to give us that permanent solution. We may close one lane as we open the drains one by one. So be on the lookout for us, and when you see the activities taking place, fear not, it is in good hands.
A call has been made for Vincentian farmers to embrace diversification as the issue of climate change continues to force the implementation of various adaptation strategies. This was the advice given by Minister of Agriculture, Subota Caesar, as he spoke at a press briefing on the SVG Export Initiative and Regional Agricultural Marketing Initiative. Caesar noted that in 2014, the government of St. Vincent and the Grenadines has been assisted by the Food and Agricultural Organization, the FAO, and the OECS Secretariat to visit the U.S. Virgin Islands in 2016, which has resulted in the formulation of a relationship with Global Shipping for the initiative of a maritime transport system to move produce regionally. The Agriculture Minister noted that the relationship would bring tremendous benefits to Vincentian farmers and called on all to embrace diversification.
There is a market within the region for bananas and plantains, but the vagaries of climate change, which is upon us, is forcing us to create certain strategies of adaptation and mitigation. And it would lead us down a particular path where we have to embrace other commodities as important means of production. The discussion has already started for the production of coffee. Cocoa is expanding, and I have been made aware that in 2017 we are going to see not only dark chocolate produced in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, but also milk chocolate.
Caesar noted that SVG has been selected to be a testing ground for the intra-regional trade initiative, which will create a template to be implemented to other OECS islands.
I have great confidence in the farmers of St. Vincent and the Grenadines and the farmers in the OECS, the other OECS islands, who will be joining this platform very soon. It was agreed at a meeting in Anguilla and then another meeting in St. Lucia that St. Vincent and the Grenadines will begin the process. We will analyze the situation and provide a template for the intra-regional trade. I embrace this project, and again I want to thank Bonnie's, Global Shipping, and the staff of the Ministry of Agriculture would have worked steadfastly with the OECS Secretariat to bring us to this very important point. Thank you.
Also speaking at the press briefing was Olivia Serafin of Dominica and the chairman of Global Shipping Corporation. She stated that Global Shipping was able to ship produce out of St. Vincent and the Grenadines to Trinidad on Christmas Eve and is expecting to ship more agricultural produce weekly from SVG. Serafin added that the initiative has opened up opportunities for Vincentian farmers and the OECS region and expressed confidence in its success.
There is some opportunity for the farmers in the diversification process, one of which I understand would be in the area of sweet potatoes of a different variety to that which is now produced. So downstream there's an opportunity. There's also an opportunity in Barbados where there are cabbage, for example, from the extra regional sources is 140% is being charged as a tax by the Customs Department. So we have a 140% advantage over those that's coming from extra regional sources in the area of cabbage. So here we begin. Opportunities are open, and I have no doubt that with the energy of the minister and with the capacity of money and of our inner interest as a business to succeed and to be sustained, that will ensure that we'll give the support that the people and the farmers in St. Vincent would require this time.
Meanwhile, Minister of Agriculture, Saboto Caesar, reminded farmers that quality is of paramount importance in the marketplace. Caesar noted that measures are being put in place to ensure that produce are paid for by the pound and not the sack, and encourage farmers to ensure the quality of their produce.
Trust and honesty is important. Not only trust and honesty on the side of the purchasers to pay on time and to ensure that the pricing is quoted and covered in equity, but the farmer also must ensure that you don't harvest before your produce is ready for the marketplace just because you're hearing that a good price is available now, because the spoilage on the supermarket shelves, it is going to create a backlash for the purchasers, and it is going to be passed all the way down the line.
General Manager of Bunny Exports and Imports Limited, Jai Rampasard, stated that the company has already begun to ship agricultural produce from SVG to Trinidad and Tobago and has earmarked other markets for transshipment. Rampasard also challenged the farmers of SVG to maintain a good level of quantity and quality of their produce to ensure the continued success of the initiative.
Certainly, we are looking at developing the sector for the future. So I want to really stress to the farmers out there, I know you have the love, I know you have the support, you have the know-how and the ability. And I really want to stress, as this goes further, right, we want to stress consistency of supply, improvement in quality, and certainly the price will be there, right? We'll provide as much support as can be. We know you have strong support from the ministry, from the OECS. We have support in terms of the shipment, and we're also even working with our ICT team there in Trinidad and in relationship with the OECS to even develop the technology for more information that could be provided in terms of producers, in terms of supply, in terms of new markets. So we are here, we are strong, we are here to stay, and we have the support. We learn all that we could, and we are certain it will be done. The time is not yesterday, not tomorrow, time is now.
The fire department of the RSVG police force is currently investigating the cause of a fire which destroyed a house belonging to Julian Antoine in the Lomans Winwood area. According to reports, the fire occurred at around 9:50 p.m. on Monday, destroying the dwelling house and all of its contents. The lone occupant of the house, Dylan Antoine, reportedly suffered minor burns about his body. The estimated cause of the damage is not known at this time.